Meanwhile, at the Grand Baptist Church in the women's dressing room, Isabella's in her robe looking in the mirror, till someone knocked on the door. And as Isabella got up and went and got the door, and it's her sister Helen. Good, you're here. Come in. And as Helen came in, and as Isabella closed the door, and as she turned and faced her sister, just as she turned and faced her, I got your text. What's going on? Simple. I'm going to marry Sean tonight. Seriously, Isabella? That's great news, but there must be a reason for it. Actually, there is. Meanwhile, in the sanctuary, Sean's in his tuxedo at the altar thinking. And as her brother CJ came down and went to where Sean is, who's also in his tuxedo, and Sean turned and saw him. So, you really are doing this, aren't you? Yeah, I am. Look, I know what you're all thinking. Why I'm suddenly marrying Isabella? Well, the answer's quite simple, really. You think she's in trouble? Meanwhile, at the Good Sean Manor in Bradley's office, Bradley's working on his laptop, and as he has a flashback of him and Karen Lee Susan talking. Yes, in fact, I found me another person. Seriously, Karen, we have been apart. It doesn't matter. The point is, this person fulfills my every needs. Who is it? Why do you care? You'll never be the man he is, and the best part is, he respects my wish and don't judge me like other people do. And you think I do? Get in your head. We're done. And it's a flashback in. So someone knocked on the door. Come in. And as Richard came in, and Bradley saw. Richard, I need to talk to you. Meanwhile, at the Hollywood Forever Cemetery at Frank and Mimi's memorial, Katie, Chad, Paul, Stephanie, and Harold are talking. Not to worry, Harold. We will get justice. I want you to head back to the house after service to see Drew move in. Will do. And as Harold turned and walked away, while the others continued talking. What is he gonna do? As Harold will be taken care of. Besides, he still works for my family. Let's go take our place. We'll be there in a minute. And as Katie and Chad went and sat in the front row on the right, and as Stephanie leaned on Paul. It's up to me. For what? Our family will not fall. In fact, we will rise stronger than ever. I couldn't have said it better myself, and as Annie came to where Paul and Stephanie is, and they saw her. Meanwhile, Linda, Elizabeth, Lucas, and Carl talking. Actually, Carl, you're just in time. I want you to keep an eye on Drew. What's going on? Our shipment's been delayed lately, and it seems Drew might be slacking off collecting payments from vendors. Some my mom and I don't allow at all. I'll handle it. How are you and Olivia doing? Aren't you fine for divorce? I may have lost the battle of my marriage, but I will not lose the war. A living eye will ever be connected. And as Linda's iPhone rings, and she got it and saw it's Susan. I gotta take this. Excuse me. And as Linda turned and head away, just as Vanessa returned, and called Elizabeth, Lucas saw. Which husband? Matt's busy at the moment, but he does send his best wish. Meanwhile, Cassie and Thomas arrive on the scene. And as Cassie looked at Thomas, you don't have to do this. It's as much as I despise him and I do, I still owe myself to be here. And as Thomas turned and saw his sister and her husband coming in, and as he turned and faced Cassie, please excuse me. And as Thomas turned and headed towards Sister and Jeffess, who saw him. I really didn't want to come here. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna go make a quick call. Okay. And as Jeff turned and walked away, and as Gloria turned and faced her brother Thomas, he surely as hell didn't want to come here. So why did he then? And as Linda came to where they are and they saw her. In case you haven't aware, this is a family funeral. Meanwhile, at the Los Angeles International Hospital in the hallway, Leo and Tamara are walking. And as Tamara realized someone's following her, and as she stopped and turned and faced the guy who's Leo, who came to where she is. I can have you charged for stalking, then why don't you then? You think you should damn charm me? Usually I am. So are you here? Being there for a friend. I hope it's not a boyfriend. Not that it matters. Why? He ended with me. I'm so sorry. He's a fool to resist you. Yeah, he is. And as Tamara see Kevin walking down the hall with a sandwich, and as she went and began kissing Leo, just as Kevin noticed and is not happy and as he stopped. What the hell is going on? And as they pull away, and as Leo and Tamara turn and face Kevin, what does it look like? Meanwhile, at the Grand Pub, one was waiting till Patrick came in and looked around and saw Wilma waiting for him, and as he went to where she is, and she saw him just as he arrived. I got your messages, and as Wilma led Patrick to the back towards her brother Eric's office, and as they went in, and as Wilma closed the door, and as she turned and faced Patrick, just as he turned and faced Wilma. Look, Wilma, I'm flattered, really, that you want to get me here alone. We have a problem. What do you mean by that? Somebody knows what we did, and if it gets out, we're gonna lose everything we have. Meanwhile, at the Grand Baptist Church in the women's dressing room, Isabella and Helen are talking. So what is it? When our dad died a month ago, I realized how short life can be. I didn't know you and Sean and Dana talk. Overall, he cares about me every way, and I didn't want to brag, saying it's okay. I'm over Sean since I'm happily married to CJ and about to have a baby real soon. And there's someone knocking the door. Come in. And as Ashley, Angela, and Allison came in, and as Allison closed the door, and as she turned and faced the others, Mom, we all got your text, so we called Uber and come here. You know, I got to admit, they did provide good service to us, not because we're Grams. Well, why else then? Besides, we worked hard to get what we want. Meanwhile, in the sanctuary, Sean and CJ are talking. Dude, nobody's in trouble. I'm sorry. It's just, you two are being so gripped about this sudden marriage. We want to live in the moment. I just wish Matt was here to see me and Isabel. I'm sure he didn't know you were going to get married prior to him going with a few friends to find what the Collins have on that island. You may be right. So how things going with you and Helen? Good. By the way, I may need some advice about becoming. I'm sure you'll be a good dad, and I'm certain. So, what's your plans? Keeping Isabella safe from the Collins as long as possible. Is there something you're not telling me? I could ask the very exact same thing. And as Gwen, Eric, and Grace and Jeremy came in Sage and Sean saw them. Meanwhile, at the Good Charm Manor in Bradley's office, Bradley and Richard are talking. What's going on? I don't even know where to start. Look, I know it's about it that your mother's being handled. That's only part of the reason why I'm here. What's the other reason? Can I trust when I'm about to tell you can't leave this room? Sounds serious, more than you know. You have my word. Whatever you say will be discreet. I've done a terrible thing, Dad. How bad could it be? And as Richard has a flashback of him sitting in a car, reeling after what happened. And as a flashback ends, with Bradley sitting some wrong for his son. You okay? Meanwhile, at the Hollywood Forever Cemetery, as Frank and Mimi's memorial starting, as the minister begins speaking. We are gathered here to say goodbye to Frank and Mimi Collins. Let it be said that the soul of the departed will always be here in spirit. May God's love bring peace towards them at this time. If anyone wants to say a few words before we continue, let's do it right now. I do. And as Vanessa stand up, everyone please welcome Frank and Mimi's daughter, Vanessa Collins. And as Vanessa went towards the front, just as the minister stepped aside and as she faced the congregation. Honestly, I didn't know that I had the strength within me to do this, but I'm going to. As you all know, I am the oldest daughter of Frank and Mimi, who are my parents. And I admit, there have been times that I could never truly understand the purpose of life on this planet, but I do know they were my parents who raised me best they can. And I just want to say thank you. Next is Vanessa's sister, Gloria, speaking before the congregation. One thing my sister said, having the strength to do this. I admit, I didn't know I was going to be here, but surely I'm glad I came in the end because I wanted closure. But I know I may never get it in the end. Next is the youngest daughter, Annie Collins. Life has taught me so many things, and my parents had no expectation. I just wish I could have more time with them. But I know I can't feel how torn I am. Frank and Mimi are the most normal parents I've known, and I'm forever proud to be their daughter. Meanwhile, by Jeff's limo, Jeff's on his iPhone talking to someone. Yeah, that's great news. Okay, keep me posted. Bye. And as Jeff hung up and turned and saw Linda there. I don't have time, it's too damn bad, cause you're gonna make time. Look, lady, the only reason I'm here is for my wife, so she can pay her respects. To the people she hate, I know you, what's your problem? I am sick of hypocrites like you coming and looking down at that's not what this is about. It is, and you know it. After all, you nearly killed both Alex and Nate when you thought they both raped your sister Kristen. And the fact that Chris and Nate slept together. You have no idea what we've been through while you and Wayne on high. It'll spare me the drama because it's really tiresome. Meanwhile, at the Los Angeles International Hospital in the hallway, Leo and Tamara are facing. You don't have to answer to him. Seriously? It's not been a day and you've already moved on to somebody. Why do you care? You made it quite clear on how we stand. You know what? I'll let you two sort this now, because Kevin's just on his way to be somewhere. You know, it's quite good that we broke up when we did, because it feels like I don't even know you. Then you don't. Why don't you leave us? Why don't you back the hell up? Why don't you make me and his little king to what Kevin is? Stop it. And as Tamara went and got between them. I am not some prize to be won upon. You know what? You're right. And as Kevin turned and walked away. And as Tamara turned and faced Leo. What the hell is going on? Meanwhile, at the grand pub in the office, Wilma and Patrick are talking. And Patrick's surprised, but Wilma told him, this can't be happening. No, it's not possible. And as he began pacing back and forth, and as he went back to Wilma as, how could anyone know? Careful, I know. But someone now knows? Yeah. Well, who is it? I will not say it at the moment. It's Wayne and Linda, isn't it? And this woman has a flashlight, talking to Kyle. How did you find it? It doesn't matter. Of course it does. What Patrick and I did was lie to your BFF and your husband, so what you said to Karen about lying and cheating should be the last thing on your mind. And it's a flashback in. Look, all I can say is, this person who's really known has caught me completely off guard. How do we know that he or she won't blow us out of the water? Because I know this secret as well. Meanwhile, at the Grand Baptist Church in the sanctuary, Sean and CJ are talking to Grace, Jeremy, Gwen, and Eric. Sean, what's going on? Okay, since you're all here, allow me to inform you that I'm getting married. Really? Who's your lucky bride? Isabella. Look, I'll explain after ceremony, which is about to start. And as Ashley and Allison came in and went where they are. Alright, it's time. Isabella's coming. Hey, you mind I walk my aunt down the aisle? Sure, go for it. And as Eric went and left the room, just as Sean went back to the altar, just as Helen came to her CJ, Gwen, Grace, and Jeremy as, you two mind walking as well? Isabella want this wedding to be an actual wedding. Sure thing. And as the wedding music start right now, and as CJ look at Helen. Ready? I was born ready. And as they all went and took their place, and as CJ began escorting Helen down the aisle. And soon, they took their respective spots, followed by Grace and Jeremy, who's next. And soon, they arrived and took their respective spots. And as Nicholas came in and went towards Momus, and she saw him. I thought I got your text to meet you here, seeing that our dad's walking Isabella down. You mind I walk you down? Thank you so much. And as Nicholas began escorting Gwen down the aisle. And soon, they took their spots, just as Eric and Isabella came in the scene and saw what's going on. And as Angie went to where they are, and they saw her. Hey yourself. You looking forward to this? Yeah, I am. Look, I know this is sudden. Hey, it's okay. You don't have to explain. You've been through a lot, and so have you. We're sisters. I'm glad you're marrying Sean. Sean should have been my husband, but with everything going on, I know. Point is, I want you to be happy. And I am. Speaking of which, where's your husband? He's right here, and as Vince came to the ark. I was about to wish you good luck. Thank you. And I'm glad you two are a family with your daughter. Anyways, I better be going. Excuse me. And as Angela begins walking down the aisle, throwing flowers. And soon, Angela's finished and took her respected spot just as the wedding music begins, and as the remaining people who are there got up and turned and saw Eric and Isabella, who's looking at them. And as Allison also came to the aisle and Eric and Isabella saw, for a small wedding, drew out a lot of people. Well, it's good to know people. You can say that again. So, are you ready for this? Yes, I am. I want you to be happy. I am. Not because you here, because I got the people I love by my side. When I'm with Sean, I can't explain it. He's my happiness. He's the guy I was meant to lay beside. He's the person when all my dreams come true. We get it. Yeah. Bottom line is, thank you both for supporting me through this. No problem. We're family. You ready for this? Yes, I am. Let's do this. And as Eric and Allison begin escorting Isabella down the aisle towards where the minister, Sean and CJ along with the other bridesmaid and groomsmen. And as Sean and Isabella staring at each other in joy, looking forward to becoming husband and wife. Meanwhile, at the good Sean Manor in Bradley's office, Bradley and Rich are talking. Yeah, I was thinking of what terrible thing you did. Come on, son. Whatever you say won't leave these four walls, I assure you. Thank you. It's about what happened that night. What night? The night Frank died. What about it? The news said he was some sort of freak accident. There's more to what the news saying, even though they're trying to cover it up. How about you fill it in the blanks? Do you know more to what happened? Yeah, I did. And if this gets out, I could be facing some serious charges. Meanwhile, at the Hollywood Forever Cemetery, as Frank and Mimi's memorial continues, Frank and Mimi's son Thomas is speaking before the congregation. I never thought that this will be the day I get to say goodbye to my parents. It feels like everything around me is starting to fall apart. But overall, I just never grasped the fact of the role that I was meant to play at being the Collins. I mean, for a second, I thought I was a vampire, given that our name resides a popular TV show. And I can speak for both my brothers Jeff and Nate by saying, it seems our name meant a lot to our parents, and they didn't deserve to have their end, but overall, I know we will stand strong. And as everyone began to applaud, just as Thomas went and stand next to his wife, Cassie, and as Paul got up and went to the podium, and as the minister went and stand beside him, everybody, this is Frank and Mimi's youngest son, Paul Collins, and he has a few words to say you all. And as the minister stepped back, and as Paul began speaking, just like the minister said, I am Frank and Mimi's youngest son. In fact, I'm the last Collins to exist, well at least in my parents. I have finally returned home after years being away at boarding school and foster home since I was born. And I know people can be hypocritical when it comes to how my parents deal with people, but they're human, even though they did wrong. This is not a way to avenge it. You two will always be here in spirit, and that is something nobody can never take away. And as everyone began to applaud, and as Paul went and stand by his girlfriend Stephanie, and as the minister went back to the podium and faced everyone, let's say the Lord's Prayer. Repeat after me. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us our daily bread as we forgive our trespasser. and as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Meanwhile, by Jeff's limo, Jeff and Linda are talking. Wow, really? For someone who claims to miss your brother and sister-in-law isn't exact. You know damn well why. I told you, I'm here for my wife only. So you say so or no? All you're doing right now is starting trouble as usual. Are you that bored that this is a day and morning? We did put the people we care about and spare me the soap opera drama. We also lost someone we care about. So for once, why don't you stop making it all about you? And as Jeff turned and head back to where the sermon is, just as Wayne came to Linda is, who sensed some wrong with Linda. You okay? Really, Wayne? Now you come after you see me getting badgered by Gloria's husband? Meanwhile, at the Los Sanchez International Hospital in the hallway, Leo and Tamara are talking. Nothing's going on between Kevin and I. Seems to me you two recently broke up based on how he ran it. He dumped me here at the hospital when I said something that probably hurt his little feelings. What did you say to him? Really doesn't matter. Come on, Tamara. You can tell me anything. I told him that his sister needs to be here by her husband's side, and that's when he said he thinks we should break up. Over what you said? Seriously? The dude's an idiot for dumping you. Like I said, his loss. You gonna grab some lunch? Yeah, in fact, I am starving. Then let's go. And as Tamara and Leo turn and head down the hall towards the dining room. Meanwhile, at the Grand Pub in the office, Wilma and Patrick are talking. So you have leverage over this person as well? Yeah, and it's a big game changer. What is it? I can't exactly say it out loud, then whisper it. And as Wilma came and whispered in Patrick's ear. And then she pulled back and faced him, and he's surprised. Seriously? Yeah, I was beyond surprised. My mom told me about him and what happened, and now this? Wait, why would he risk telling you this? He seems confident in what he does. That's one way of putting it. Question is, what are we gonna do about us? We have to stay alerted and guarded. Overall, we can't let another person find out if we did anything wrong. But there might be another problem that might expose that. What would that be? I'm pregnant, and it may be the one thing that might expose our affair.